Hello everyone and welcome to my new Riftbound channel. If you don't know, I do League of Legends esports content and have for a very long time, but wanted to spin up this channel. And this video in particular is going to be about the products that are available for Riftbound and the different ways that you can collect the cards. So I did another video that was kind of talking at a high level about how the game works and some of the new art and that type of stuff, but this is going to go deeper on the exact products you can buy, which ones you want, and also what you can expect to get in these different boxes. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is a product you actually cannot buy, which are the trial decks. So the trial decks are what you've seen probably a lot of content creators, influencers, people who went to the TFT event in Macau last year. A lot of people have these. They are 4 different champion decks. They are a little lower powered and they are built to be something that Riot is intending to give to local game stores and to have available at events that they go to kind of introduce people to the game. And there's, I think the reasoning on them not selling these is they're just probably not like particularly good for competition or building decks with other people or whatever, but they are a great way for people to learn kind of the baseline mechanics and get introduced to some of the different champions. Because I've played with these, I have them myself, but I'll tell you that whenever I went to the Riftbound Summit, a couple of weeks ago, that we got a chance to play and build with some of the other champions that I don't know if I can talk about yet. And I think that it's been really cool to see. Like that, I think, is where the meat of the game comes in. It's just a better introduction. So you have the trial decks. If you see people playing them, just know you will not be able to buy them, but it's okay. There's cool stuff to buy. For instance, the Proving Grounds experience, which is available for $29.99. So this is actually going to be something that can almost play like a board game. So if you are not somebody who is really into trading card games, the idea of playing trading card games are kind of overwhelming to you, but you like board games and maybe you just want to experience what it's like to play like a League of Legends board game-esque thing, this is going to be what you want to buy. It's nice, you can get it for 30 bucks, so you're not going out there and buying a bunch of booster packs to try to rip and get the right thing. You can just sort of do your own thing. This Proving Grounds experience is available for 2 to 4 players. It comes with a big hard case board game type box. It has 4 full art playmats with zones and rules reminders, a large glossy learn to play guide, oversized battlefields to make learning easier, reversible life tracking champion acrylics. And they did show some pictures of these and they are really cute. I think it's pretty neat to see these. The unique thing about the Proving Grounds is it does have cards that you could only get in this box, but from what we heard, these were kind of like lower power cards. They're something that you would use mostly just for this and also to learn the game, but they're not cards that you're going to want to be like, oh no, I want to get all these cards so I can build my Yasuo deck or something. I need to go get something from the Proving Grounds box. The unique cards that are available in the Proving Grounds box are lower power. They're not something you're going to probably want to run in your decks, even though I believe they are legal cards, so you can still run them for other stuff. It's just not there. But I guess if you really wanted to like collect the entire set of the first set and all the stuff that's coming out with Riftbound, then you would need to buy this product. But the cool thing is, I'm pretty sure based off of the way it's worded here, all the deck lists are set, so you will just know what you're getting whenever you buy it. You won't have to worry too much about it. In addition to the Proving Grounds thing, which is, again, like this board game experience, if you want to get a specific champion deck, because you want to just have a deck where you're like, okay, this is ready to go and I can play this against somebody else, maybe at a local game store or something. Maybe you'll want to do some upgrades to it, but they do have 3 champion decks. Why are there only 3, not 4? I don't know. I really feel like they should have done 4 for this, because then you'd have enough to sort of do a 4-person experience or whatever. But right now they only have Jinx, Victor, and Lee Sin. This does have all these runes that you would need for the deck, which is the mana system that they have. And this is a precon that comes in a reusable art tuck box, which I think probably just means it's like a little cardboard box. And there's a paper playmat with zones and reminders that are available, again, kind of help you as you're getting into the game. There's a learn to play booklet. And the thing that is kind of neat about this is that the champion deck does come with a booster pack. So, if you want to be able to get that experience of like, what's it like to open up my first booster? I want to get a champion deck. Well, cool, it comes with a booster that you get to open, so you kind of get that experience without having to go out and buy a bunch of boosters or a booster box or whatever. Which brings me to the talk about the boosters. The booster packs of Riftbound are supposed to MSRP or retail for $4.99. Will they whenever this comes out? I don't know. If you're new to the TCG world, you might not know that the price of product ebbs and flows dramatically. There are many times in which products are selling for less than MSRP because they're less popular and the stores are losing money on them. And there are a lot of times where it's incredibly hard to find the product, and then you have a bunch of scalpers that are buying it to resell it for a ton of money, or maybe the local game store is like, well, I don't want to just like sell these at retail price because some scalpers will come through. So maybe these end up going for more, but they're supposed to be $4.99 for a booster pack. The booster pack comes, or a booster box of booster packs comes with 24 packs. So unlike, for instance, Magic, which has 30 or so, there are only 24 packs. Don't worry though, they did something cool with the rarities of this that I think will make it more appealing, but we'll get into that in a second. You can also get these as sleeved booster packs, which feature 3 different visual designs, Ari, Yasuo, and Jinx. I assume that's what they mean by there's like special art on the front, kind of like, what was it? Pokemon first came out, it was like Venusaur and Blastoise and Charizard, I think, were on the first ones. These will be specifically how you get cards to build new decks. So if you want to start collecting these, if you like the idea of opening them, this is the experience that everybody's very familiar with from TCGs, even people that haven't played a long time but are familiar with how like Pokemon packs and all that type of stuff works. All right, I told you that it's going to be $4.99 for a pack. I told you that a box has 24 packs in it. Don't worry, you don't have to do the math. I just did on my calculator. That's $119.76 is what they think a box should cost, because for some reason, I don't know why, people tend to price, or companies tend to price based off the pack, not the box. So if you are getting a box, you are paying the MSRP if you're paying $119.76. Again, will that go up? Will it go down? I don't know. Normally, packs tend to cost more than a box. You can usually save some money by buying a box. I would hope that would be the case here. It'd be kind of cool if these come in to like 100 or 110 in terms of what it would cost to buy a box, but we'll have to see when it releases. I do think that, by the way, they will be doing additional waves of this product for a long time. So even if there's like an initial surge and you see a ton of these boxes going up in price, Riot is almost certainly going to be immediately ordering a ton more boxes, so that, I just would be cautious. Like if you are a patient person, you don't need to be opening packs on day one. Don't worry. I think, within the following weeks to months, you will be able to get it at a more reasonable price. Before we get into what's in a booster pack, I did want to talk a little bit about how they're going to have promo packs available at stores for their release event, and also for something that they're calling Nexus Nights, which is their take on, for instance, Friday Night Magic. I'm sorry, I use all these Magic terms. It's the game that I know. But for their kind of like weekly, you go to your local game store and you play with other people, they will have promo packs that are available for that. For the release event, they will have promo packs that you get alongside 2 free booster packs that come with the champion deck that you get at release. And they also have 2-card promo pack. In the promo pack, it's 2 cards with an Origins foil stamp. So similar to like the stuff you can get at pre-releases. Then again, these Nexus Nights packs, it's a 3-card pack. They have 18 parallel foil on Nexus foil, 3 per rune color. So I don't know what this means yet. They did not show us the pictures of what these promos look like, or if they did, I forget. But they also have some alt art runes that have custom art for, it's like a local game store exclusive. So they're trying to do a bunch of cool stuff to get you to go into the local game store when this all comes out in October. What's in a booster pack? This is maybe the thing that you are most interested in on this. In a booster pack, you will get 7 bronze uncommon cards, 3 silver uncommons. This is where the battlefields will pop up if you get a battlefield. There's 1 foil slot, which can be, it says parallel on silver, rare, or epic on hollow. So this is where you can pull a legend card if you're trying to pull like the Jinx legend, for instance. This can also be an uncommon card, but anytime you pull a rare or higher, that's always going to be foil. Then there are these 2 flex slots. So this is where crazy stuff can happen. You can get rares, epics, alt arts in this slot. I do know that they've said that there are at 2 rares, at least 2 rares in every pack. So this is where it's kind of cool, because I know you might be thinking, oh, there's only 24 packs per box. Well, I think because they want the game to be more accessible, they've just made sure that at the very least you are getting 2 rares per pack, which I do think will help keep the cost down of rares and epics over time. Then they have these over-numbered cards. So they showed us these, and these are really cool. I talked about this in the other video, but just to clarify. This happens, I think, in other TCGs. I'm not as familiar with it because it doesn't have it in Magic. It's kind of like special guests in Magic. But a set, when you look at a card in the corner, it might say something like 130 out of 250. That means you know that you've pulled the 130th card out of the 250 that are available in a set. Well, over-number cards are cards that might say something like 262 out of 250. These are special versions of cards. In the future, they can be reprints from previous sets. Obviously, with Origins, there's only going to be the one card available, or the one set of cards available for this. But for instance, they showed us this crazy Yasuo card. And this thing looks super, super cool. The art on it is amazing. It's just this really unique representation. You can only get one of these over-numbered cards in, I believe what they told us was 1 in 3 boxes will have it. However, I know that's super rare. You're sitting there thinking, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to open, what is that, 72 packs in order to guarantee getting one. However, even more rare than that, 1 in 10 of these will have a signature on it from the artist. So that means 1 in 30 boxes will have an over-numbered signature card available. That is like the true chase. I think these are going to be going for potentially thousands of dollars. We'll see. I mean, obviously it depends on the popularity of the game, but I think if you are a collector and you really want this Yasuo because you're a Yasuo main, you want to collect everything that has to do with Yasuo, maybe you enjoy Riftbound and you want Yasuo to be on the board with, you know, like your opponent sits down across from you and they see you have this crazy collectible $1,000, multi-$1,000 card. You want to get this over-numbered version of Yasuo with a signature on it. So that's the chase card. If you're wondering, like, what's the big pull? It's going to be the over-numbered cards, and even bigger than that, it's going to be the over-numbered signature cards. So that's the crazy thing that they're doing in this game. Let's talk a little bit about what all this means. Well, they didn't talk too much about it on the day, though I think we'll be getting some more versions of this and some more insight into it. But there are alternate versions of the art of some of these cards. So I think, for instance, that, you know, if there's an Ari that comes out, you'll see this really cool version of Ari that is different than like the baseline version. And so you have a chance of getting these alternate cards. I think they said that the alt art cards, it's not in these notes, but I believe they're supposed to be about 2 per box. So that is kind of like the thing that you're going to be excited to open, that you know in almost every box you should be able to get something cool that is like unconventional, that is not just the card that everybody else can get by opening packs or whatever. And then you have these over-numbered cards, and the over-numbered cards are going to be even crazier. So the alt art cards, if you think about it, if you're getting about roughly 2 per box, it's about $60 of packs that have been opened for each one of these things. So how much will they go for? I don't know. They'll probably go for, I don't know, 2 or 3 times the value of the normal card. It probably just depends on the art, if the champion's really popular, if it's in the meta. There's all these other factors that really play into the collectability and cost of these things. For the over-numbered cards, if you're not talking about the signature one, you're getting 1 in every 3 boxes. If a box is $120, that means it's about $360 worth of packs to open one of these over-numbered cards. So again, I would guess that they'll go for, I don't know, I'm just ballparking here, but like let's say 150 or 200 bucks for one of these over-numbered cards. Again, for like the really popular champions, some of them that see a ton of play, some of those might go up to like, I don't know, 600, 700 bucks. We could see something really interesting there. And then at the top end, if you are opening 30 boxes, then I think you are opening, what is that, $3,600 worth of packs are what's going to get you one of these. And again, it's obviously, it's not like a gacha system where it's guaranteed or whatever. You could open at any pack, but that is like the amount of product within which one of these is supposed to be. So that is why I suspect that those will be going for thousands of dollars eventually. Again, for some of the very valuable, expensive, high in demand champions that people really, really want. So there's going to be a lot of collectability here. I know some people will not like this. They want to just be able to get the cards and play with them. And I think honestly, there's a pretty good chance that unless it's severely underprinted or unless the meta is really shifted in one direction or another, you should be able to just get like baseline versions of the cards for, relatively speaking, I know TCGs are like an expensive hobby, but like I think you should be able to build a deck that is not too crazy and too expensive. And so, you know, it's by ordering off of, I don't know, TCG Player. They're having a scandal. Maybe you find some other place. I think that there will be a lot of people that are chasing these other crazy cards. Oftentimes that's good because you have LGSs or individuals who are opening a ton of packs to try to get one of these things, and then they're selling all the other cards on a market for people who just want to buy the singles and play them. So hopefully that will actually be, not a bad thing. But again, I know oftentimes this gets really frustrating because sometimes people just want to buy a bunch of boosters and crack them for themselves and use them for their decks. And the price goes up a ton because people are trying to chase these overnumbered cards. All right, so that's everything you need to know about the different products that are releasing, how much they're going to cost, what's going to be in them. Hopefully this was helpful. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. It's a brand new channel. Hopefully going to do some more Riftbound stuff. If nobody watches these videos, I probably won't because I'm just driven by attention.